All right, guys, today is the day. First drift day of the season. First drift day with the vet. I'm all packed up here. I got 2 tires in the back. I got 2 tires in the front seat. I got some jack, chair, the camera stuff, some drinks, jack stands. I got some tools, a couple of tools up in the front. And yeah, a minimalist today. We're just gonna test the car out, see how it does. Probably not gonna get too crazy, but you never know. So let's rock and roll. What you guys know about that?
Second opening move, and this is a huge crowd, and we're super stoked, super hyped that everybody is here again. We hope that y'all are.
All right, here we are. We're all checked in. Gonna do the first lap real easy, and then the second lap we're gonna give it hell.
Okay, you can start your parade.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. First lap, we're just gonna figure it out here. Or maybe not. It is slippery. Good God, it's slippery. Good Lord, it is slippery. Not even giving it any gas. Oh my God. I gotta let the air out of the tires. All right, so the first lap was pretty rough. In case you didn't know, they just freshly paved this a lot. So it's a new lot with fresh sealer on it, so it's super slippery anyways. I was running 40 PSI on my tires. These are 285, so I thought they were big, but so I just dropped it down to 20 PSI, and we're gonna go to the skid pad for a little bit and just do some donuts and some figure eights and stuff, just to figure this car out before we go back on the track. So the first lap was pretty embarrassing, but it'll be all right. That's why we're out here testing it. So we're gonna figure this thing out and we're gonna get better. Alright guys, the next day. Closing the garage doors. So, I got a couple errands to run. We can talk about the drift event while we're driving. So, let's talk about the drift event. How did it go? Well, I spun out, and I spun out some more. So, a lot of guys told me that trying to drift the Corvette with stock angle the car would be borderline undrivable. Well, I can say that they were correct. I struggled the entire day, and it was basically just a circus out there with me trying to keep the car from spinning out. So, I'm typically in my Z an A group driver, which means I go out in a tandem with others. I have the skill, I have the equipment. I'm comfortable being on the track with other people. I voluntarily put myself in B group just so I could just go out on the track by myself and learn the new car. Well, after the first lap, I realized quickly that maybe I didn't need to be on the track at all. So we went over to the skid pad and just worked on controlling donuts and figure eights, and even that was difficult. I went from my 350Z that was highly modified with a silly amount of angle from the PBM kit to the Corvette that has less angle than a normal car would have from stock, from factory, and it just made things really difficult. Not to mention that this car has twice the power as my Z, and the cars, the size of the cars on paper are pretty similar, but man, this Corvette feels like it's 4 feet longer. It's not, but it just feels like I can't even, the hood is so long, it just, like I sit so far back in the car, it just feels much different. Like I said, on paper, I think it's like maybe 4 inches longer than the Z, but it just, the feel of it is just so different. So, I'm a the type of guy that wants to master the car before I start modifying it, but at this point I don't even know if it's worth it. So the car definitely needs a steering angle kit. That seems like a must have. So that's going to be the next thing. I'll probably do the coilovers at the same time. That way I don't have to get 2 alignments, and go ahead and knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. So coilovers and angle kit, that's next up on the list. So how would I rate yesterday? Was it a disaster? Yeah, kinda. Do I regret it? No, not really. I feel more comfortable in the car today driving it on the street, because this is my daily. I feel more confident in it now. So by the end of the day yesterday, I was laying down some solid figure 8s and donuts and stuff. But you know, I don't think yesterday was a waste at all. I still had fun. I really missed being in A group, because the A group that showed up yesterday was on point. They had a really solid turnout. Big shout out to Club Loose, Texas, man. These guys, they put on a good show yesterday, man. I really felt left out not being in A group. Some really high quality driving there. I think I could have been in there with my Z, but you know, this is what I asked for and this is what I got. So soon enough I'll be back in A group, throwing down with those guys, and yeah, it's just another learning experience. So this is what I wanted. This is how I'm going to get better as a driver, is to learn a different chassis and learn, you know, be comfortable in anything that I get into. So I still got some of my drift stuff in here. I fit 4 tires in here and all my gear. Man, it was packed in here yesterday on the drive to the track and back. But it did the job. The car was super reliable. It did everything that I wanted it to, except for steering angle. So I'm overall I'm happy with the car. I think I'm going to learn real good in this, and we'll be able to make it fun.